Welcome back. We're still on the Pentagram, and we're still doing the rounds, and there's still quite a lot of people to speak to, so let's get to it. First, I want to speak to Republic Soldier. I saw a picture of you in the CID files. You look a little different. Not that I wouldn't recognize you, Agent Chevalier. It's an honor to meet you. I have friends in the unit who've run into you before. I wouldn't normally mention an event which makes our soldiers lose face, but they said they were grateful you let them escape with their lives. Well, not a monster. I'd like to thank you myself for sparing their lives. I have faith in you. You can prevent this senseless bloodshed. And thank you for the invitation, President Rocksmith. There's no need to be so tense in my presence, Cassius. Would you like a cup of coffee? There's tea for me and coffee with milk and sugar for Miss Herschel, yes. It's the only downside to her. She's okay with drinking it. It would seem Calvard's intelligence agency is staffed with only the very elite. Well, their human resources are going to change now, as the new party takes over from me. Is that right? Oh, Herschel, we met at the West Zemuria Trade Conference 2 years ago, isn't that right? You spent most of the time on the train, from what I recall. If my memory doesn't fail me, you had coffee with milk and sugar at the banquet. Your memory is excellent. That's Samuel Rocksmith, the president of Calvard. As with most people in power, he easily dominates the atmosphere with his presence. Even though he's on the way out, he's still a very influential man. My, welcome, Agent Chevalier. Unfortunately, I haven't been informed what your beverage of choice might be. But since you're so well versed in Eastern culture, perhaps green tea would be to your liking? Oh, thank you, but I dropped in only for a brief chat. I wouldn't want to make a nuisance of myself. I imagine there are plenty of others who'd like to speak with you today. By the way, I wanted to ask for your opinion on your colleague, Toa Herschel. You say that her conflict resolution talents are perfect for CID. President Rocksmith. I didn't see that coming. I heard you were bold, sir, but I never thought you'd suggest something quite that bold. I'm nowhere near as audacious as the Chancellor. Soon I won't have much authority anymore. However, I really cannot stand seeing young talent not being put to good use. It's quite fortunate we met today. If you have any gifted friends who might be inclined to move to Calvard, let me know. I'll gladly welcome them with open arms. Sorry, no one comes to mind. Really not one to beat around the bush. Interesting. I have to say, I'm impressed that you decided to attend the conference in person, President Rocksmith. It's shameful to admit in retrospect, but I was always under the impression that Calvardian politicians cared only about themselves. And with good reason. I'm already looking forward to the end of my term. To be free of these presidential burdens. President Rocksmith, he may try to laugh it off, but he seems like there's more going on than meets the eye. You know, Cassius, I've heard great things about you. If you ever get tired of the way the Empire treats you, I'd be happy to find you a position in our government instead. You have an excellent sense of humor, Mr. President. Must be hard being so in demand. I mean there, Cassius. Hopefully Toa has some new dialogue. New. Nope, and that's Cassius being the same as well. Okay. Calvard spies all over the place in here. Makes sense though, makes sense though. Ding, ding. Let's go in here then. Interesting group makeup here. Hey Rean. Don't be a stranger, come and join us. What have you guys been talking about? Jaeger troop movements and stuff related to the war, as well as Ouroboros' presumed plans. I've been wondering about those things too. Right now, it looks like they're both serving the Imperial government, just like the gnomes. Don't forget the stuff that's going on with the church as well. It seems like they might be going to war or something. It's a really nasty mix, if you ask me. The old Northern Jaegers and Nidhogg are in different situation, though. Yeah, the Imperial Defense Force forced them to cooperate using hostages. They're currently looking for a chance to free them. What they do from now on depends on whose pocket they find themselves in this time. Shirley's a key member of the Red Constellation, so you can be sure they're in tune with Ouroboros' schemes. As for Zephyr, the gnomes hired them, but it's ultimately up to the boss to decide what they do. I don't know the details yet. There's also Ouroboros Enhanced Jaegers, the troops and the former Third Angry deployed during the incident in Laberl. Yeah, you and the others counted some of in Hamel. Okay. Between all of you, you've got a decent intelligence network to draw on. You make for a really good team. Yeah. And if there's any info we don't have, the Divine Blade and the Golden Rakshasha are here too. It's hard to believe Muse managed to get all these guys under one roof. Is it though? I've got no clue what the hell Shirley thinks she's doing, hanging around the Crown Prince. Still, I'm a little curious about what the Red Constellation's up to. Damn, the Red Reaper, Sylphide, and the Black Fang, what a gang! And rounding out that colourful cast is none other than Azure Siegfried. Dude, can you get off my back about that? No? Even with that lovely get-up you had. I'm worried about what the Jaeger Corps are up to. Tomorrow's enemy is today's friend. It all depends on the contract, really. I wonder if we could change any more costumes at this point. It doesn't seem like we've got anyone new, does it? In terms of costumes. Would have been interesting. Looks like Ouroboros' Enhanced Jaegers are on the move. But my old acquaintance caused you some trouble in Hamel. We should probably keep our guard up here too, just in case. Blorf. Alright, so across we go. Who we got? I'm proud to be present while decisions crucial to Remofernia and other countries are being made. I'll prevent any interference, even if it were to cost me my life. It's been a long time since we last met. We haven't had the chance to speak since the trade conference 2 years ago. It's nice to see you again. And you. I'm glad you all seem to be doing well. Lady Mildine, it's also the first time in many years that I have the pleasure to talk with you. Well, I wouldn't call these the ideal circumstances. I'm delighted. You're a most impressive young lady now. You flatter me. It's good to have time to chat about non-official affairs, yes? So you've known each other for a while. Prince Albert was a good friend of my late father. Yes. We met for the first time over a decade ago. Somehow Alfred and I got on fabulously well right from the start. We talk about politics, economics, and social issues from evening till the early morning hours. The lakes and marshes of Remoferia enchanted Alfred, and he'd often bring his family there. That takes me back. I was just a little girl back then, but I vaguely remember our visits. I mostly played with your niece. She was the same age as me, I believe. I'd like to see her again. That's right. You two really liked each other, didn't you? Speaking of your niece... Oh, that's right, I haven't seen her in ages. There have been some rumors going around about her. She's become intractable lately. As her uncle, I want to protect her, but she's certainly not making it easy. Sometimes I think she does it just to spite me. He's gotten really grumbly. He must care a lot about his niece, though he does seem a bit overprotective. Oh, he's always been like this. Apologies for the digression. I didn't mean to bore you with family issues. Remoferia will gladly provide you with assistance, be it human resources or medical services. If the SSS needs anything, don't hesitate to let me know. Tio, I'm aware of your family situation. If there's anything I can do... Thank you for the kind offer. It isn't as bad now, though. You've even been keeping in touch more. Ah, that's a relief. Prince Albert is a friendly guy. Muse's known him for a long time. Looks like she made connections early on. I should say hello to the prince too. You know, we've actually met Prince Albert on a few occasions. Some of our work with for the SSS. It's like, yep, my brain just breaks in that. Some of our work with for the SSS even involved his direct cooperation. Oh, really? I had no idea. It's not all he's done for us. We have a lot to thank him for. Right, like how he helped out with my parents. That's a surprising amount of shared history. But I guess it kind of makes sense. For a head of state, he seems remarkably open and approachable. His lordship has done a lot for us, and we still need to thank him for the most. Was that different? True, and since I haven't seen his niece in a while, this would be a great chance to ask how she's been too. I imagine Tio's exactly the same. Ah, Mr. Schwarzer. Meeting you has truly been a pleasure. What fortune that you turned out to be Muse's teacher. He's the best instructor I could ever ask for, too. How wonderful. Perhaps when the world is once again at peace, you can visit Ramafernia. It's a beautiful place. I can imagine you would find much to enjoy. Would have been nice to have gone there. You'll be on it. Hope we can visit soon. Sounds like a perfect honeymoon destination. I had no idea your relationship extended beyond that of teacher-student. It doesn't. Please don't take anything she says too seriously. It's a great honor to meet you. These are tough times, but Ramafernia will be able to provide you with assistance yet. Do not hesitate to ask me for anything. I will do everything in my power to support you. Thank you, your lordship. The Kayand family has been indebted to the Grand Prince since my father's era. I'd love to visit Ramafernia again. Doubly so if I can go there with you. Come on. I get the impression she's trying hard to put on a happy face, but maybe I'm imagining it. No, I imagine you're right. I just want to see about like that. Yeah, it's like just make everything out of place here. Like, yep. That doesn't look right. Like, that'd be very wrong. Short hair. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it with the short hair because I like it with the short, like. Yeah, I like that better. Like, I think she looks better with the short hair, but still all the formal dress and stuff. Yeah. Oh, I spy with my little eye Elise Schwarzer, Princess Elfin's trusted friend and the sister of the Ashen Chevalier. You're friends with Lady Mildine too, aren't you? We need to talk. If you have questions about my friends, I'd rather you talk to them directly. I'm no gossip. Oh, I wouldn't try to drag out any embarrassing stories about your friends. Nothing of the sort. You're a reporter from Crossbell. So, she's your next target on your hunt for a big scoop. Ah, don't make me sound like some fierce predator. The only thing ferocious about me is my intellect. Hold on. Aren't you Ash Carbide? The guy who shot the Emperor? What's the truth behind that story? How did it feel to pull the trigger? Oh crap, what did I get myself into now? Oh my gosh. And that tall gentleman, is that the 8th Dominion of the Growlsritter? There are several topics I'd love to interview in depth about. Not that I'm totally in the dark about what you've been up to. Wazzy, Kevin, and Reese have already spilled some beans. Did they? Don't be shy, I don't bite. Seems like this is the party corner. Brilliant. Here comes the hero to join us. This is perfect. Let's go to that empty room over there so we can all talk in private. I'm not against an interview myself, but I'd much rather you didn't hound my friends and family for one. Sorry, I got a little ahead of myself there, I guess. But if there's anything you could tell me that I could quote in my report, like maybe just a short comment from each of you? That's not unreasonable, sure. Dude, speak for yourself. What if I gave her dirt on you? You're being a little overprotective. Typical Rean, really. Indeed. Even a super short interview, or just a few words from you that I could publish would be fantastic. I may have to sit on it for a while, but it'll come out in print eventually, one way or another. Do you promise not to twist my words? Do you really think I'd do such a thing? That doesn't sound reassuring. Well, let's just leave that aside for now. I have to get everyone else to give me a short statement about the party, too. I wish I could book a room just for the two of us and interview you all night long. Yeah, that sounded dodgy for a start. No. Thank you for what you did. I talked to Grace. She doesn't seem like a bad person. If it's just simple information collecting, maybe you can get it from here. Here. This journalist might be the biggest pain in the ass I've ever met. That's coming from me. I thought Vivi could be pushy. Well, this woman operates on another level. So your mum moved to Erebonia. Yeah, she couldn't stand Crossbound after splitting with my father, who's Calvardian. So she moved in with some distant relatives of hers in the Empire. That was 10 years ago. Time really does fly. Oh, I think you've told me about this before. Triple dot? I feel like I'm forgetting something. Yeah, maybe. That rings a bell, actually. Distant relatives of the noble McDowell family from Crossbell. That'd be the Barons of Eastern Lemaire, if I'm not mistaken. How did you... of course, you're from Lemaire yourself. You're right. Family trees can get so sprawling you can't easily tell who's related to who. In fact, that Baron's family are also distant relatives of my family. Oh. Maybe that's why your hair color is the same? It's not. Similar? That pearly grey shade is definitely unusual. But the two of you have almost the exact same shade. Yeah, I'll go with that. That's more right. Not the exact same. That's right. It runs in the family. We may be very distant cousins, but we share the same blood nonetheless. I had no idea. What a pleasant surprise. Aurelia Le Guin, a cousin. Glad to have you as my family, Ellie McDowell. Oh, that's so sweet. Uh-oh. Now I'll tense up every time I talk to Ellie. And why would that be, Miss Crawford? No reason. I suppose this hints at the close ties between Erebonia and Crossbell, which stretch back centuries. Crossbell's also been cooperating with Calvard for a long time. And now they're in this awkward position, and they have to choose between one ally or another. Feels wrong. Oh, Anissa. That's precisely the case. But I don't have any right to say that, considering my own position. No, your honesty is much appreciated. It was wonderful to talk to you, Elisa. Same. Thank you for all the advice, Ellie. It's really nice to be in the company of people who really get along. Yes, friendship is beautiful, isn't it? I heard about Ellie's mother, or at least someone who seemed like her, living in an Erebonian town. Guess that's what was nagging at me earlier. Elisa and Ellie met in Crossbell. They've been good friends ever since. Nina's friends with both of them. She's an amiable girl. But I wouldn't have seen it coming that they'd be chatting with Principal Le Guin. I don't know why I changed that, but my head did. How are you doing? Very well, thank you. Just catching up with friends. We've been exchanging messages since we met 3 months ago. We discovered that we have some shared interests. Shush, Annie, don't tell him. What interests? Why is Elisa so cagey about it? Oh wait, I have an idea. Never mind. Ellie, let's talk about that in private. Okay, I'm in a similar situation anyway. I'm sure you have nothing to worry about. You'd be surprised. Next to them, I feel like a kid lost in the dark. You'll get there in time. Schwarzer, you could probably learn a thing or two from them as well. I'm not sure what the conversation was about, but I'm always reminded there's plenty of room for me to learn from others. Yes. Turns out Elisa and I have a lot in common, so I couldn't help but get a little caught up in our conversation. What's up, Rean? Aren't you planning to go talk to others some more? I mean, yeah, but you're part of that. Yeah, let's just go do that. I think it's safe I forgot about what I just heard. Turns out Elisa and I have a lot in common. Same conversation, different angle. Principal, I'm dying to know what the meeting was about. Come on, what are you and Muse planning? My, so you've been trying to figure it out. Patience, my dear. Everything will be explained at dinner. It may surprise you, but... well, stay open-minded. Huh? Everyone who took part in planning is trying to hide how tense they are. Makes me a little worried. And Miss Crawford's really come into her own. Oh. I really want to know everything ASAP, but I have to wait until dinner. Yes, we will. Alright, next room... let's go in here. Cassius, how have you been? When was it we last saw each other? Goodness, 4 years at least? I'm sorry I missed your A-rank promotion ceremony. Coincided with the orbital shutdown phenomena, so there was no help in it. Thank you for writing my recommendation. You're welcome. Have you managed to come to terms with Colonel Valestine passing away? No, and you bring it up has only brought back bad memories. How could you? Yes. I've been lucky to be surrounded by good, supportive friends from the Bracer Guild and my wonderful students. Laura is one of my students. Kurt's a student of a student. Hi. I'm Laura Arcade. You, sir, are a legend. It is truly an honor to meet you in person. I'm very glad to meet you too, Laura. I had the pleasure of working with Victor on the Bracer Guild branch bombing case. He praised you highly. Please accept my sincere sympathy. His loss must have hurt you deeply. Thank you, sir. My father once told me that seeing your prowess with the staff firsthand would be a beneficial experience for me. I believe you were self-taught? Not quite. I learned the basics from a friend. I also took the liberty of incorporating teachings of the 8 Leaves School into it. I'm very impressed, sir. Only those who are very talented are able to do so. Kurt, why don't you introduce yourself? Yes. I am Kurt Vander, younger brother of Mueller Vander, and nephew of Zex Vander. Pardon me, sir, you're quite the hero. I feel a bit overwhelmed. Take it easy, I'm not all they say about me. I've met your brother and uncle, but I don't believe I've ever spoken to your father. When things calm down a little, I'd like to pay a visit to your folks. I fear I've been rather impolite in not having done so yet. Oh, not at all. I'm sure my mother and father would be thrilled to meet you. Cassius has a lot of connections both in the army and among the bracers. I could spend the whole evening talking to him about swordplay. It'd be rude to monopolize him like that. I'll relay our master's message for you once the circumstances are right. But a time when great determination and sacrifice are needed is no doubt to come. I'll have to be patient. Oh, Rean. Come and join us. Don't mind if I do. By the way, was the Silver Streak an acquaintance of yours, Cassius? Yes, she was a pupil of mine at the guild. It's very odd that she's vanished into thin air. Yes, no one seems to be able to track down her whereabouts. If she wasn't at the Gnome's HQ, could it be possible that Ouroboros abducted her? No, Shara has a relative who's among the ranks of Ouroboros. Find it hard to believe that they'd kidnap her. I think I know who you mean. Sherazade mentioned her to me when we went out drinking. Enforcer number 6. The Bewitching Bell, yes? Indubitably. Yep, that's her. She showed up in La Belle during the orbital shutdown, too. But it's unknown whether she's still alive. I mean, come on. It seems she hasn't reported back to Ouroboros since that incident. Yeah, haven't written her off as dead yet, though. Let's assume the situation is similar to Blue Blanc. That she's out there somewhere going about her business. Silver Streak was like a sister to her, though. She wouldn't keep quiet if Ouroboros had abducted her. I see. You might as well drop that line of investigation. My, if it isn't the Star Ritter's Duvally the Swift. You seem very well informed. I could say the same about you, especially considering you don't have ties with Ouroboros yourself. I understand now why the Faceless was remarkably wary of you. My lord is also intrigued by you. If you don't mind, I'd like to hear how you achieved mastery in so many disciplines. Oh, sword play, military arts, strategy. And I hear your master disciple, Arios, is just like you. Yes, I've heard rumors about him. As for reference, if you could tell us if there's any particular trick to it. Not that it impresses me all that much, but both you and Arsaid were renowned as the finest swordsman alive, so it must count for something. I can't think of many honors greater than the Maiden of Legend herself taking interest in me. Well, ask me anything and I'll try to satisfy your curiosity. Although we may not be able to go into much detail this time. That's fine. First of all, why did you give up the sword and switch to the staff? Duvalie's so easy to read. But that's part of her charm. She's polite to everyone and doesn't look down on others, even if they're her enemy. As expected of the Steel Maiden's disciple, I look up to her as well. Uh-huh. Where was Duvalie before this? I thought I sensed someone spying from over here. To be honest, I'm honored that you'd been worthy of your attention, Duvalie the Swift. Guess I should have known I couldn't stay hidden from you. But don't get the wrong idea. I wasn't just sitting over here waiting for your meeting to end or anything. Anyway, I have a few questions about your school's concept of enlightenment. Very well. Can't promise it'll be comprehensive, but I'll tell you what I can. Enlightenment. The state of mastery both Lieutenant General Bright and the Divine Blade of Wind have reached. I'm curious to hear more, but I shouldn't butt in. That's clearly Rean's next step. Clearly. What is the Sword of the Eight-Leaf style? How does one train with it? Duvalie must be really curious about this. I want to talk about it, but now is probably not a good time. My apologies, Rean. I had wanted a chance to speak with you more. But let us leave it until the next opportunity. Of course, I look forward to it. Dum 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 doo doo doo. The staff, huh? Never a weapon favored by my family. Trust with a spear, sweep with a naginata, slash with a greatsword is a motto I've heard. Yes, that's an Eastern saying. I'm surprised you knew it. Did you pick that up from Aurier? Her style is partially influenced by Eastern swordsmanship. Though not quite the same as a staff, I've seen her make use of a naginata before. That was like a valuable experience. Looks like the rumors about the Stormwatcher's talents are true then. Your eight-leaf style is the only Eastern discipline I've seen firsthand. I'd love to travel to the East and learn more about different schools of swordsmanship. So would I. I had heard the true masters need not be picky about their weapons, but this has taught me quite a lot. Dun, dun. Sherazade and I are actually the same age. Plus, we both like our alcohol. Oh, I'm very much aware how much you like your alcohol, and I'm very much aware how much Sherazade likes her alcohol. We had a few drinks together, and really hit it off. Like two drunk peas in a pod. I am worried about her, but just can't imagine the Silver Streak going down without a fight, you know? I have to believe that she's safe. I'm right there with you, Sarah. I am worried about it, but I just can't imagine Silver Streak going down without a fight, you know? Believe that she's safe. Yes, indeed. Right, next. Have there been any updates on Hercules? We're still unable to locate them. With the Ramdar's stealth function and mobility of a gunship, they're very hard to track down. We're not going to give up, of course. I heard you requested the Bracer Guild's help with this? Yes, although they also haven't been able to dig up any new information since we lost sight of Hercules in the canyon. I heard about that from the guild, too. Guess when a special forces squad equipped with the latest technology wants to disappear, it'd take a miracle to track them down. The Ramdar. I've seen firsthand in Heimdall how its spatial protection function can seriously impede pursuit. If they'd only surrender, there'd be room for negotiations with Erebonia. Maybe the curse has progressed too far for that. Dark Dragon made the members of the Hercules squad into its kin back in Heimdall. Great Twilight must have taken that and twisted them into Noct Familiar. Noct Familiar? Those are vampires from Erebonian folklore, if I'm not mistaken. Is there any way to make them human again? It's possible if you act quickly. If you find them within a few days, they should be fine. So that's our time frame. Ayla, let me know if you pick up their trail. We might be able to help in some capacity. You're volunteering to help? That's much appreciated. Ding ding. Calvardian agents that infiltrated Erebonia. Better let Don and Kyle know, just to be on the safe side. Even if your brother has become knocked familiar, we may still be able to save him. You'll do everything in our power to try. Thank you, Miss Milstein. That means the world to me. Kayla reaches out to us about this. We'll have to do everything we can to help. That's going to be a quest later. I can feel it. Or it might just be part of the story. Could be. The Remnant's stealth function gave us quite the runaround in the Heimdall underground. Hope we managed to capture them, but... indeed. Right, last room then. Hi, Schwarzer. Hey guys. We're discussing armed force movements on different fronts. Rean, I'm surprised to see you with them. I've got my reasons. As you overheard, we're trying to get a better picture of where each militarized faction is allocating its resources. Besides the Viceland Army, I wanted to check in with the Bracers and the Armor Divisions too. I've also been looking into the Armor Division's movements. Seems they've established a new squad. Guild's also keeping an eye on the situation. We're tracking high-ranking Jaeger Corps movements, engaging the neighboring country's response. It'd be helpful to trade info with you guys. I see. And you're also gathering intel on military movements, Rosie? As a matter of fact, yes. There's no organization that understands and fears the Great Twilight more than the Septine Church. The details are confidential, but we've already decided on which measures to take. Seriously? I can only imagine what that means. We'll all benefit from cooperating. But in any case, we'll return to Operation Melee Mirage at dinner. For now, let us just take a break. Sounds like a plan. Can't wait to hear the details of the operation, but I've got to be patient. I should walk around some more. Indeed. Wasn't Red Ones in there before, was it? I'll probably need to talk with you all about the church later on, but I'm afraid that right now we don't have the luxury. I only hope this meeting will allow us to find some sort of solution. This is all way shadier than I imagined. Anyways, this is a good opportunity. Let's check in with our contacts in the other areas. Dun, dun. You must be burning with curiosity, but hold out a little longer. We'll talk strategy over dinner. Just relax for now. Relax. Even the Septine Church is involved. Things are starting to get really weird. I don't think we have any choice but to wait until we get some more information. We still have time. Why don't you make another round, Rean? I will, next door, because it's like... Has anyone else moved, or... Like, there wasn't... Weird. Did I just not notice it? Alright. Hi, I'm Kia Bannings. Ren told me lots about you, Tita. Nice to meet you. I'm Tita Russell. I can't believe it, Ren. She's so cute! Yeah, that's how most people react to her. You must be Angelica Rogner. Nice to meet you. I'm Ren Bright. Oh, no. I hear you've been trained in the Taito style by Kiseki IV? Oh, that's cool. It's nice to meet you, Angie. But you'd like Angelica better. I've died and gone to heaven. What? Angelica, are you alright? We're only 2,000 arch above the ground, but it seems we're flying close to the heavens. Yeah. Tito alone is an angel, but the three of you together form an angelic choir. No, remain calm, Angelica. Celine, what's going on here? Beats me, I was just having a nap and woke up to... this. I can't stand it anymore. Angelica is faster than lightning. Hug attack. Squeeze. Of course, Kia would still enjoy it. My life is complete. You just kind of stand by and watch this happen, Rean? I'm just waiting for things to calm down so I can say hello. Right. How could I lose control so easily? Still, I have no regrets. You should do. Angelica, please try to calm down. If you get any more whipped up, you'll have a heart attack. Then aside, the fact that you're all girls doesn't mean your antics aren't sexual harassment. Thank you, Celine. Hey, Celine here. Kitty kitty. Come on, turn into a cat girl for me, please. Really? Do it to save them from my beastly instincts. Keep your dirty paws off me. Please go take a cold shower or something for all our sakes. Yeah. Celine, quick, get into your human form. Alright. There's no way I'd do that. What's wrong with you? Yeah. Hey, sorry about Angelica. She's a good person, she's just... well... I'm used to getting hugs. Remind me of something George told me about her. Yeah? She may be a practitioner of the Taito style, but movements there were inhuman. Wasn't she being manipulated by the gnomes? Maybe they did something to her that stuck. Oh, no. No, she's just like this. I like Angie a lot. You can never have enough cuddles. Sweet Adios, her cuteness is making my brain melt. Maybe you should give her a chance to cool off. You know, before she explodes or something. Oh dear. I love hugs and cuddles. Yeah, but... that agility. Pretty sure it was an impossible level. Even using movement techniques from the Taito school. Maybe gain something to use in the battles to come. Allow it to provoke her a bit more. Just so I can observe her movements. That's very Ren though, isn't it? Pretty sure Angelica's body would give out before things go that far. Glad to see Angelica is the same as ever. I don't know. Maybe wise if to have a first aid kit on hand just in case. Just what you'd expect of military finance. I personally think that everything's probably fine as is. I don't. Alright. Well, shimming. Yep, there we are. It's in the middle now. Right, we'll end this part here. And in the next part we'll head over to the middle. Ta-da for now.